Hello and welcome back to the Potted Together podcast. My name is Adam and I am joined by my co-hosts Becca and Nicole. Hello.
Hi. Hello.
Today's episode is going to be, well, Nicole surprised us with scary stories from our Instagram followers. So that's what our episode's going to be today. And I think you said there was some plant-related stories?
Couple funny ones, couple funny plant things, yeah. But there's some doozies in there. Ooh.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this episode's probably not going to be fully plant-related because I think we're going to do our catch-up and we're going to listen to these spooky stories and discuss them. So that's not your thing.
Yeah, I actually got a DM from someone that said, would you mind giving a trigger warning if you're going to do ghost stories? So, trigger warning. The following content will contain ghost stories. Okay. Here we go.
Real quick, Nicole, do you have your AirPods in?
I do.
Okay. Oh, your hair must be covering it because I see a naked ear, so I'm just like, plug them in.
The past 3 weeks, I've forgot my AirPods for the first 10 minutes, and Adam's like, it's becoming a little much. Okay, you're making my job a little hard.
No. Oh.
What is that like on your end? Do you just mute us while she's talking? Or like, what does that look like, Adam?
Yeah. Well, if she forgets to plug them in, then obviously our audio is captured on hers. So I try to like splice it, but because of like the delay, sometimes it's just like
a nightmare.
Well, if we're like talking over each other, then yeah, it gets a little tricky. But it's not been bad.
That sounds like a nightmare to me. But they're in.
You know me, I really do enjoy editing things. Like, and this pod is something I really enjoy editing as well. So
thank God.
I don't mind.
Yes.
I feel like my brain just likes that kind of stuff. I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
Speaking of editing things.
What?
When are we going to see part 2 of our trip, Adam?
She just came right out and said it. Did you see that bus?
I should add a RuPaul shade sound in there.
Ooh, shade.
Soon, I hope.
No pressure.
Okay, well, let's get to our catching up. Let's get off this topic.
No shade here. Just want to... We're friends. Hey.
So how's your guys' weeks been? Who wants to talk about their week?
You want to go, Becca?
Ooh. Sure. Well, let me even think about what has happened this week. Man, it has been a very boring week. It's actually no, it hasn't. My sister came to visit. Like I'm like my default is it's been so boring. I haven't done anything except for this month. Lots of things. Right. So my sister came to visit me. It felt like a flash though. Like it happened so quickly that like it doesn't even feel like it happened because she was here and then she was gone. So my sister is on the road to choosing what school she's going to go to for college. And then to add a little bit of complexity to it, she's trying to do college cheer. And she's a great candidate for it. She has like way more skills than needed for most of the schools. So she's like kind of, I don't know, college cheer is different than like other sports, I think, because it's not really like recruiters coming out to see you. Mm-hmm. You have to go to them. Wow. So it's more expensive and it's really time consuming. And that's also hard when you're like in school as a senior in high school, like trying to graduate, but you have to leave all the time to like travel to visit schools. So I'm just constantly amazed by her and like her dedication and like ability to do a million things and still have like straight A's. Like, could not be me.
Well, I was just going to say it must run in the family because she sounds an awful lot like you. So
thank you.
So did your mom come too then?
No. So they actually were just in Mississippi like a couple weeks ago, and my mom went on that trip, and she's been away from work a lot, so she couldn't come this time. And I think she like felt okay to do that because I'm here.
Yeah.
So obviously my sister was looking at Mizzou, which is located in Columbia, and I watched her. Like, I haven't been able to like see her cheer that often because I'm an adult. Like, we're so far in age. Like, most of her growing up life, I've been out of the house. We're 8 years apart, by the way. So, you know, I haven't been able to really see her as like a adult, adolescent, teen, really. So it's just like fun to like see her be so good at things. Because when I used to watch her cheer, she was doing like back walkovers and like a back handspring, and it like really simple skills. And now she's like a gymnast, which is so crazy. Yeah, she's so insanely talented. So it was really cool to get to like see her, and because like I know that she's good, but then to like see her in this group of other extremely talented people and have all of them be like, oh my God, like you're so good, like what's your name? Like, I don't know, it was just really cool to like see her in her element and like succeeding. I don't know, there's just something so cool about that. Because she's forever like 8 years old in my mind, you know. Like, she's a little kid, but she's not at all. She drives and she's like basically an adult, which is so weird. But anyway, so it was sweet to have her, and my friend Elizabeth showed us around campus, which was so fun to be on a college campus again. Like, I am so stuck in college. Like, I love college. Oh, we were like walking around and I'm like, should I get another bachelor's degree? Like, should I?
Give me a reason.
Yeah, just give me like one, like just like blow on me and I'll be like, okay, fine, let's go. Like, I fell into another bachelor's program. Oops. But yeah, Mizzou campus is so cool and it's so pretty.
Really?
So pretty. It's actually a registered botanical garden. Did you guys know that?
No.
Yeah, it is gorgeous. And as I was walking around, I'm like, they really put a lot of effort into like their planters and like their landscaping, and Elizabeth told me that and I was like, well, that makes a lot of sense.
Wow.
Actually explains everything.
Awesome. So
Yeah,
when does she get to, like, when does she have to decide?
It's like spring, pretty
Okay.
much. She'll have to make a decision because like all the tryouts are like April, May-ish.
Okay.
So she's actually not going to know where she's going to school until then.
Last minute.
Which is kind of scary because like I knew where I was
Yeah.
going by December. You know,
Yeah.
I was going to community college, so it wasn't really like that big of a deal. But still, like all my friends had all their stuff lined up by December, so she's not going to know. Which I'm like worried about her for like housing, but I think athletes get like special whatever. Anyway, she'll be fine. But yeah, so we're not going to know for a while. And she kind of has to choose like which schools she wants to try out for because she can't go to all of them because it's all in different states and that's so expensive leaving school.
Yeah.
Anyway, she's a badass. Very cool. Very cool girl.
What was
But-
the gauge on Mizzou? Did she like it?
Yeah.
She did. So after like the clinic, because she like did a practice with the Mizzou cheerleaders, they did like a clinic thing, and she was like, yeah, like I don't think it'd be that bad going to school here. Like I think I'd like it. And I was like, okay. I might have convinced her. I mean, honestly, I remember visiting schools and just being on campus like convinced me, you know, like I
Yeah.
feel like any school would be great. Like I visited Flagstaff, I visited New Mexico State, and both of them after I visited, I was like, I'm going to go here. Like both of them. So I just feel like that college campus energy is so like, it just pulls you in, you know, you want to
Yeah.
go there. So I don't know where she'll end up going, but I hope it's Mizzou and we'll just have to see. But, you know, I want her to pick her own path and like choose what she wants for herself and not come here just because I'm here. Although that would probably be really helpful, like going
Yeah.
out of state and like having a family member.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's the update with her. So she's just really cool. So she's home now and my grandparents are coming tomorrow to visit me. I haven't seen them in a year, so I'm really excited to see them. And yeah, we've just been kind of like doing house projects and like preparing for winter. Like Daniel is going up to his grandparents' house to cut down a couple trees because they had some trees they were going to cut down. They're like, hey, do you want these? So we're like, yeah.
So he's just going to load them on the truck?
Yeah, I think they're going to like cut them, split them.
Yeah.
Because he has a log splitter up there, and just bring them back.
Cool.
And like season them and everything. But we're trying to get a lot of wood this year so that we can season it for next year, because like it's fine to burn it like if you just cut down the tree, but it's better if you don't.
You guys did a really good job building that second log thingy. I don't know what they're called, but
yeah. Oh my gosh. It was so fun. Like, it was the first thing that Daniel and I have like built together like that, because he was broken when I made the garden. So, and it was simple enough to where we didn't bicker. Like, I think this is so funny because like I never notice how much Daniel and I bicker until somebody else is standing there and they're like, they get like kind of uncomfortable, like, are you guys okay? Like, and then he and I are like, we're fine, like, what are you talking about? But like we kind of bicker like siblings. Like, I don't know if you guys are like that with your partners.
Oh yeah,
I've never been like that with a partner before, and maybe because we've been together for so long that like it's turned more into that. But like my sister was like, should I leave? Like, no, we're just joking around, like it's fine. Which is like, I hope we don't make people uncomfortable, but
no one gets you like you know, like,
yeah.
So she's not around it to hear like, oh, that's just them, you know.
Yeah.
So she's probably like, oh, they're gonna get a divorce.
Divorce is imminent. No, it is not. It's just fun. We just like poke fun at each other a lot, you know, like, I don't know. And sometimes I do get annoyed. And sometimes we both get annoyed and we don't notice that the other is annoyed, so we'll keep going. And then we're like, oh, shoot, you're actually mad.
Yeah. We've crossed a line.
Yeah. So anyway, that is pretty much the update. The garden's winding down. I actually am able to harvest the seeds off of my sunflower.
Ooh.
Sunflowers, there's 2 big ones, and they're so good, you guys. Like,
oh.
Wait,
I
did
wanna,
this make
like,
it to a
roast
video? Because I'm a little behind.
no,
Oh,
I haven't
okay.
put it in a video. No, it's like just sunflower seeds that you get in a bag, except they're on the flower. And I'm like, this is crazy.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
It's so cool.
I saw a TikTok. I think it was yesterday. I was going to send it to you, but then I'm like, I probably annoy her with all the TikToks I sent to her. But somebody had like a whole pile of like sunflower plants, like the flowers sitting there, ready to harvest them. And the way they were doing it was they were holding it like over a bucket and like just hammering it, beating it, and they all fell out. But it was one of those videos where someone put like their faces on the sunflowers that were sitting there, and they're all just like, as they're like watching the one get beat. It really cracked me up.
Oh my gosh, that's amazing.
Gosh. Ooh, I want to taste some. I bet they, like, obviously they're not salted, but they still have good flavor.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have great flavor. Like, the actual seed itself tastes just like a sunflower seed. Like, I'm like, wow, this is a sunflower seed tastes like a sunflower. It's just, or you get what I'm trying to say.
Yes.
Yeah. I guess that would be true, though, because you can't really salt the inside. Like, the salting or the flavor is probably just for when you're chewing on them to get the seed out, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, which
Yeah.
I want to do that because I was trying to give them to Daniel, but he's like, oh, did you salt it? And I'm like, no. He's like, then no, I don't want it. I'm like, what? You're disgusting. You disgust me.
You disgust
Barbaric. But I think I am going to try to like roast some or whatever they do.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ooh.
We do that
they're
with
so
pumpkins.
tasty.
We got the pumpkins before we carve them, obviously, and roast them up in the oven.
Yes.
I've never done that in my entire life.
What?
I don't
Are
even
you
think I've
kidding?
eaten a roasted pumpkin seed. Yeah, I
They're so
Travesty.
good.
Adam, they're
Are they?
like chips.
They're
But
so
better.
don't.
good.
Oh, maybe I should go buy some.
Yeah.
Or make
Yeah,
some.
just like get a pumpkin and like clean
Yeah.
out the inside, separate the seeds. And you could put like everything but the bagel seasoning on them too.
Oh.
Have you ever done that, Nicole?
I haven't,
So-
but yeah, that sounds good. We usually do like just salt, pepper, and like chili powder.
Yeah.
Delish.
They're so good.
It's a little messy, I'm not gonna lie. Like, it's a process because you have to get all the guts off of the pumpkin seeds, but so worth it.
So worth it. Oh my gosh. But that's my update. I want one of you to talk now.
Okay.
All right, Nicole, you're up.
Well, a little uneventful on my end as well, but you know, 'tis the season. Just finishing up weddings and editing and blah blah blah. I got my flu shot on Tuesday.
Woo.
Yesterday my arm felt like it was gonna fall off. Like, I feel like I'm the only one this happens to though, because nobody else really gets sore from shots, like from vaccines, but my arm literally feels like someone sawed it off. Like yesterday I couldn't do anything. I was like immobile, and then I woke up today and I was like, okay, cool, we're back, you know?
We're back.
But yeah, so I feel, you know.
I always think of that scene when in the movie Horton Hears a Who, where he's like going to the dentist and he gets like the Novocaine shots in his arms and he's just, like flopping his arms around. I don't know if you guys remember that.
I haven't seen that movie in such a long time, so I don't remember it, but that was a funny visual. Yeah, so that's pretty much, I mean, honestly, that's pretty much all that's really gone down this week. It's been a pretty like mundane week for me. Got more candy corn. I don't know. Yeah, that's pretty much it. It's just been a week
chewing the white tips off of them.
Chewing the white tips off, and oh my gosh, I picked like 4 out of my little cup thing here that didn't have any orange. It was all yellow and all white, and I was like, yes.
Oh my gosh. You're making me want to go grab my little cup of it, but I don't want to hear myself chewing in the after video.
I know, I'm gonna stop after this one.
Like
my mouth is watering because I'm like extra hungry right now.
Yeah. Oh no. But what about you, Adam? How's your week been?
Oh yeah, you know, it's been a kind of a hectic week. I think I mentioned this on a previous episode, but my friend Zach, my bestie from Bloomington, Illinois, moved here. So
that's so cool.
I flew back to Illinois on last week on Thursday afternoon, and you know, every time I've flown recently, it's been fine because I've had people with me, but flying alone is like a whole nother thing.
I know.
Do not enjoy it.
It sucks.
Yeah.
Also, there were some really loud drunk people in front of me, and I'm like,
Really?
we're flying to Peoria, Illinois. Like, why are you...
That's why
are
they're
you
drunk.
getting turnt on this? Like...
But wait, they don't allow liquor on planes anymore, right?
Well, you know, they do. This was Allegiant.
Oh.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Like, the lady... Honestly, I got major swinger vibes, to be honest with you. Like, because it was a couple and then another gentleman, and it's like they were trying to, like, throuple him. I don't know, maybe not. But she ordered a whole freaking bottle of red wine and drank the whole thing.
A whole bottle?
I was like, ooh,
Wait,
yeah.
they keep actual size liquor bottles?
I mean, it was it might not have been like it might have been like half of an actual bottle, but still, like it wasn't just like a little like takeout,
like a 2-shotter. Yeah.
When they handed it to her, I was like, damn, they serve big bottles here. But
wow.
Jeez.
She got lit.
Meanwhile, I ordered a cheese and meat thing because I was really hungry, and it had 3 crackers, 3 slices of cheese, and 8 slices of meat. And I was like, what? Monster made this? Like, I don't even know. I was so angry about it.
At least make it 9. Like, what?
Because then, I know. And then I had to break the crackers, so there was just crumbs everywhere. I was like, this is bullshit. I was so mad.
Oh, my God. Adult Lunchable.
I could see you opening it being like, what the fuck is this shit?
I was angry about it. I had some feels. But yeah, anyway, got to Illinois and we picked up a moving truck because my friend Zach doesn't drive, so I flew there to drive the truck back here. I mean, really, that was his only option because, you know, someone wasn't going to drive the truck out here and then fly back. I mean, I guess that would have been the same. But anyway, I was happy to do it. So it was good. We had some issues with the truck. Well, we packed it up on Saturday and we were going to leave on Sunday. And we packed it up Saturday, and then I backed it into a parking spot in his apartment complex because where the hell else are you going to put a 15-foot moving truck? And there was plenty of space. Like, cars were going by. Like, I was, like, nervous that maybe it's too big to back in that spot, but there was cars going by, and everything was fine. Sunday, we get up and I start the truck and the check engine light's on. So I'm just like,
Oh, I know. So what happened? What was it?
You know, they didn't say. They said all the codes were old. Like the guy came out, plugged in the computer and said they were all old codes that weren't cleared off. And I'm like, okay, well, the light wasn't on yesterday. So like, I don't know how much I buy that, but we had no issues with the truck after that. So that's good.
Oh, good.
But the service guy like parked in front of the truck where I had it parked. So there was like a good 10 feet of space between the front of the truck and like these storage garage units at his apartment complex for cars to go by. Well, the service guy parks in front of the truck and then realizes he needed to go get a part, so he left. And then the supervisor of the apartment complex was like, "Is this your truck?" And I'm like, "No, I'm just standing next to it talking to the guy that's working on it, but it's not mine." And I was like, "Yeah." And he was just like, "You're going to need to back it up a little more." Mind you, that the wheels were on the curb. So like I could, if I backed it up anymore, I would be in grass. And he was like, "People can't get by." And I was like, "Literally been here since yesterday afternoon and cars have been going by constantly. So like, it's fine." And he got pissed, I think, because I wasn't like, "I'll move it right now, sir."
Yeah.
Because I don't do that. Like if someone demands me to do something and it's like not justified, I will fight till the death. Anyway, so the maintenance guy's still like just walking around doing stuff. And then the guy with the service truck comes back and again parks right in front of the truck, causing there not to be 10 feet of space. And so I was like, okay, whatever, maybe he'll be done quick. And then the maintenance guy yells at me from across the parking lot. And he was like, "You see, sir," because the mail truck was trying to come in and she got through. And he's like, "This is why you can't park here." And I was like, "Do you see that pickup truck that says 24 hours service?" And the guy with his head inside the front of the truck working on something? Like, that's not me. You can yell at that guy if you want to. And then he started cussing at me. And I was like, "Oh, no. We're not going to have this."
No.
Yeah. So I told him to get over it. I think I said build a bridge, get over it, or something to the effect.
Oh, my gosh. This is a very sassy encounter.
Oh, my gosh. Yeah. I was fuming. And my friend Chrissy was there. And when we went inside, she told Zach, she was like, AJ was mad. Well, sorry, my friends call me AJ because that's what I've been known for my whole life. But AJ was mad. And I was like, yeah, because it was not justified. Like, literally, we're moving. We're going to be gone in an hour.
Yeah, like, get over it.
This truck has been here for...
fucking get over it.
Yeah, it's been here for 24 hours, and you just now want to try to start a fight? And Zach told me he's lived in that apartment for a year and a half, and he's had a broken window ever since he moved in, and that same maintenance man has never fixed it. So I was like...
Oh, God.
No.
Whatever.
No.
Oh, bye.
Anyway, yeah, we hit the road very late on Sunday, got into Kansas City area. Well, not Kansas City. We went to Wichita, Kansas. We stayed there Sunday night, Albuquerque Monday night, and then made it into Phoenix Tuesday night.
Okay.
So, and there was a hot air balloon festival in Albuquerque. So when we woke up and looked out the hotel window, that was just like hot air balloons in the sky.
I have a brother in Albuquerque.
I mean, never in my life would I get in a hot air balloon ever.
Oh,
but
no.
It was cool to see.
I would never, ever.
Would you, Becca?
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, scary stuff, man.
Oh, no.
Are you both scared of heights?
I'm scared of something being controlled by fire and wind.
I think what scares me is like there's no like you really just the wind tells you where you're gonna go. Like you can't really
there's someone that's like manning it, right? Like running it, but it's about the amount of heat in the balloon and the wind, and it's like, well, what if a wind gust picks up and flies your ass into a tree, which has happened so many times that I'm just sorry, Becca. Sorry to kill your hot air balloon dreams, but
I don't think I'll ever get in one. Like, I don't know if that'll ever happen to me logistically, but I would if the opportunity presented itself. Actually, I don't see hot air balloons here. They're very popular in that side of the country. I've never seen them here, though.
Yeah, no.
The other day, well, I don't say the other day, like a couple months ago, Steve and I were driving, there was a giant hot air balloon, like, because usually they're not here in the East Valley that often. Like, you can maybe see them in the distance, but like right over the cities, you don't see them. And this one was over the cities. I was like, I thought they were crashing. And then we got closer and it was a Chick-fil-A hot air balloon.
Oh.
And I'm guessing they were just like opening a store. And I was like, for such a homophobic company, that's the gayest marketing thing I've ever seen. Like, everyone like,
Hot air balloon.
let's hop in this balloon and float around.
Oh my gosh, that's so funny.
But yeah, Zach had a cat which cannot stay where he's staying, so now we have adopted. We're watching over Hank, which is Zach's cat, and that's been stressful. I thought
Yeah.
Patches was going to be more chill, and Hank was a chill cat too. Not together. Like there's like hissing matches.
Oh,
Really?
Yeah, Patches has like kind of gone after him a couple times.
oh no.
Yeah. But it's getting a little better today. Last night we watched, I don't know if cats like have some sort of like mating ritual, but it almost felt like it was. Because Patches got like really big and poofy and her tail was huge and she was kind of walking sideways towards him.
Oh.
And then she'd turn and walk away, like slink away, and then like turn back over her shoulder and look at him. And I was like, is she testing him to see if like he'll attack her just so she knows she's safe? But it felt very weird. I was like, I don't know if I should be watching this.
The way you just acted all that out, though, I wish we were recording ourselves.
Oh no.
I'm just sitting on the couch being like, don't you touch my daughter.
The vibes. You felt the vibes. The vibes don't
Yeah.
lie, honestly. Even with pets, you can feel it.
Yeah.
But yeah, it must have worked because they're happier today and they've been like close in proximity to each other. Because the first day when I brought him in, I was just like, I was so stressed and I was like snapping at Steve and I was just like, ugh.
Yeah.
But we're better now.
Yeah, that is a stressful scenario for sure. I had a feeling because cats are just so territorial, like, and Patches
Yeah.
has been the only one there for a while now and like the only cat. So I had a feeling
Yeah.
it was going to be just like a little bit of a rocky start, but then usually they get over it. Like they have to live together. So they figure, okay, let's make it work. Or they'll just separate themselves like you text me yesterday.
Yeah.
They've separated themselves.
I feel like I've ever only introduced like a kitten to an adult cat, not two adult cats together. So
Oh,
that's
yeah.
been like a whole thing. Because kittens are usually just like, I'm not going to do anything. But now they're like, both of these cats are like hissing at each other. And I was like, ugh.
Yeah.
But I think we're good.
Good.
Oh man.
So
I mean,
that's, yeah.
Leo did not like Cooper at first. He hated him. He was so annoyed. Now they
And
cuddle.
now
Was
look
he?
at them. Look at them on the couch.
Wow. Is this like a multiple months thing? Like years? Like what do you think this is going to be?
I don't know, actually. Zach wants to obviously find his own place because he's currently staying with his great aunt and his second cousin, I guess that would be, his great aunt's daughter.
Mm-hmm.
And as an adult, when you're kind of just trying to fit into somebody else's space, like, I just think that that's an extra level of, like, anxiety and frustration because it's like you can't do what you want
Right.
and you feel like you're imposing or etc. But
Yeah.
I don't know. It's whenever he finds an apartment, but apartments here are so expensive and a lot of them have wait lists. So I think it's going to be a multiple months thing. I don't think it'll be a years thing.
Is he in Phoenix?
His aunt lives in Mesa.
Oh, okay.
And Zach got a job with Carvana, so he'll be working in Tempe.
Oh, cool.
It's kind of
Very
nice to
good.
have another friend around,
Yeah,
someone.
that's so fun.
Yeah, so I'm excited
Yeah.
for him in this new journey, and I'll steal his cat once him and Patches start cuddling. Then I'm just be like, oh, he's mine now. Sorry.
Aw.
Yeah. Oh.
Patches and Hank. Aw.
Wow. I'm like so shook that you got sassy with the guy in a good way. I'm like,
Yeah.
man, that just, wow. I can't picture it.
I was frustrated.
Like I
could picture
literally,
it.
you very casually bring up that you were sassing this man, and I'm like, still shook. Like, you did that.
Well, and
Wow.
along the route, there must be something with this effing truck that we drove, because along the route, so we pulled into a McDonald's to eat dinner on Sunday night. It was like late, 10 o'clock at night. And we pulled this McDonald's. There's like no cars in the parking lot. And I pull all the way back and park by a curb. And there was like two trucker trucks, like sitting off to the side. They were clearly like asleep or resting for the night or whatever. I wasn't even near them. I park at this curb. And there was like a good 15 feet of space between me and like another curb. And you got some stuff out of the truck, locked it, and started walking towards McDonald's because we can obviously truck through the drive-through. And one of the truckers out of his window says, "You can't park there." And I was like, I just looked, I was like, "What?" And he was like, "You can't park there. That's how we get out." And I was like, "Are you leaving in the next 5 minutes?" And then he didn't reply. And he's like, "You can't park there." And I was like, "Where do you want me to park then, sir?" And he was like, "You can park over here." And Zach was like, kind of lower toned, was like, "Don't fight with him. I don't want a joyride situation to happen." You know that movie where like the trucker starts.
What is that?
Joyride. It's an old.
Joyride.
It's an old movie. It's,
Paul Walker is in that movie, isn't he?
Yeah, and who's the girl?
I don't remember.
I can't.
But
remember
anyway,
either.
a truck driver starts like stalking these people and like I think tries killing them.
Yeah.
Zach was like,
Oh my God.
"Don't make him mad."
Don't make him mad.
Did you move the truck?
I did move the truck, and then when we came out after we ordered our food, sat in there and ate it, and then we came out, they were
still
both
there.
still there.
Oh,
And I was like,
God.
but they went to sleep, like he wasn't in the driver's side anymore.
Yeah.
And I was like, I really want to lay on the horn as we drive by both of these. Just,
Yeah.
Good morning. What assholes. Gosh.
I think it's just like a man telling me what to do. That's what I think it piqued something in me of like, instead
Yeah.
of like being kind about it, they're like demanding something. And I'm just like, F you.
Same.
Every
Never
day.
fun. Every day.
Every
day.
damn day. Every day. Yeah. I hate being told
Okay.
what to do, but especially when it's a man. I don't know
Yeah.
why. I have issues. They have issues, something. But I've got nothing but respect for my big sassy friend.
Should we get into our episode about scary stories?
Yes. Dun dun dun.
Okay, so I'm going to pass over the lead a little bit to Nicole since she is the only one that has viewed these stories. Becca and I have no idea what she's going to say.
Yeah, you have to listen. Turn down your lights, folks. Light a candle, and let's get into it. Okay. I watch entirely too. I watch entirely too much
That sounded like a
crime podcast.
yeah. That sounded like a little bit of like a radio show. The host Delilah.
Oh my gosh. Delilah.
Wait,
Who is
hold
this
on.
woman? She
Is
has
she-
America in a chokehold. Who is this woman?
Is she everywhere? I thought it was just an Illinois thing.
Nope,
No,
she's everywhere.
She's everywhere.
Oh, I love Delilah. She just puts me in a mood, man. She makes me feel grateful for every little tiny thing I have in life.
I know.
She's amazing. Okay. You might want to cut all this out. I need to find it.
Just fill it in with this. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. Ding, ding, ding. Wait, we should do a scary song, not that. When you go
This
down in the
Halloween.
woods today, you're gonna find a surprise. I don't know the words actually. Oh my
Okay.
gosh.
1, 2, Freddy's coming
Wait.
for you.
My sister was visiting.
That's gonna be a good story.
This is so embarrassing. We were listening to the what's that? This Is Halloween movie. This is Halloween. What is that movie called?
Nightmare Before Christmas.
Nightmare Before Christmas.
Yes. We were listening to that album one day, like just driving somewhere, and the theme song came on, and I wanted to be able to sing it. Like, don't you hate when you want to sing a song but you don't remember all the lyrics? I just
Yes.
wanted to belt it, okay? So
Yeah.
I very secretly pulled up the lyrics on my phone. And I was just like, I had my head like facing the window, like my phone like out of view from everybody, and I was just reading the lyrics, singing it. And Daniel and Brooke are both singing because they know the words. And then Daniel looks over. He's like, "Hey, you're reading the lyrics off of your phone." And I was like, "No."
Oh my gosh, that's so funny.
Like, you
That's
know, in the
hilarious.
movies when like the bully's like, "Hey, look at his socks," and like everybody laughs. Like, that's how I felt. She doesn't even know the words.
Loser.
What a loser.
Gosh, remember
It was
when
a
we used
pretty
to buy-
strange thing.
I used to get so mad when I bought CDs and that jacket, the card on the inside didn't have the lyrics of the songs. I was like,
Oh, yeah.
I was so angry about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, what's the point of it? It's a waste of paper, waste of media.
Yeah. Or
Must
waste of
have the
a
lyrics.
6-fold album thing.
Oh, and it was the best when it opened up to be a poster.
Oh, yeah. Those were good ones. New Kids on the Block
Wait,
had that.
did you guys have posters in your like childhood bedrooms?
Yes.
Yes.
Like what are some posters you had?
New Kids on the Block. 100%.
I think that I had like a Justin Bieber one from a magazine. And okay, but I mostly had a huge wall of magazine clippings into like a huge collage.
Oh,
And
cute.
I did it like over a year, and it was just the entire wall was filled. So there's like lots of celebs on that and like fun stuff like that.
I had TLC too. TLC and New Kids on the Block.
Yeah.
Who'd you have, Adam? Same.
I know, I feel like I had Britney Spears, but I think it was me trying to be like, oh, I'm straight and she's hot, but really I was like, I love her dancing.
I love Britney.
Her hair is so pretty.
I love that. I'm straight and she's hot.
What? She's hot. You like tape it to your ceiling, like just to like have extra coverage. You're like,
Yeah.
yeah, like look.
As I sing Britney Spears songs to make myself go to sleep. Sometimes I run, sometimes I hide.
Oh my gosh, the song, her Lucky song. This is a song about a girl named Lucky. Bam, 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 bam. My friends and I were obsessed with that song in high school. Like
Early
that.
morning, she wakes up,
with knock,
knock, knock, knock
on the door.
on her door.
Bam, bam. And the world keeps singing, and she keeps on dreaming. But tell me what happens when it stops, baby. Okay, I literally could sing the entire song right now, so we're just gonna get
Me
to
too.
the
I
scary
love that
stories
song so
instead.
much. And Nicole's like, could you guys shut the hell up so we can read these stories?
I
But
found these
honestly, this is
stories,
your
like, 10
fault
minutes
because
ago.
it took you a while to find them.
I'm like watching her shift around, like she keeps coming up to the mic, and then Adam and I are like, and the world keeps singing. Okay, enough. I'm done.
Okay, are we ready?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm
All
scared.
right, this is from Chelsea, and Chelsea says, I used to work the night shift. One morning after sleeping for a few hours, I woke up and I couldn't move my body. I opened my eyes and saw a tall, dark figure standing in my bedroom doorway facing me. I felt like my whole body was being held down in my bed. It felt like it lasted a whole minute. Then I blinked my eyes and it was gone. I couldn't sleep anymore after that, and it still freaks me out. I don't know if it was just a dream or not, but it felt like I was definitely awake. I never slept with my door open after that.
Oh my! Who's the monster? The monster in
I
the
got
doorway, or
chills.
the person sleeping with their door open?
We sleep with our door open, so you guys close your door.
Oh, yes.
And lock
it.
Really?
Yes, Nicole.
Because at least it's a little bit of defense if someone breaks in.
No, I feel like I'm being suffocated. Like, I feel like there's no air ventilation, like, and it gets like hot and stuffy. I have to have the door open.
Turn on a fan.
Yeah. I have a fan going.
Open a vent. Okay.
I don't.
Okay, wait.
Yeah.
I don't think I would ever sleep again Like, I think I would have to change my sleep schedule to be like, I'm going to sleep during the day and be awake at night.
Well, this story sounds like it has a little bit of like ghost / sleep paralysis in it, because she said that she opened her eyes and she couldn't move. And that's a real thing. Like, sleep paralysis is a real thing that I don't advise anyone Googling. Like, don't do it. But like, it
sounds terrifying.
I know. I can't even imagine.
It happened to Daniel a lot when he was taking his headache medicine, when he got his head injury. Yeah,
No
like
way.
I would just wake up to him like screaming, but his mouth would be like, he wouldn't be able to actually yell because he was asleep. But like he would be like yelling, like help, help, and like he was asleep, but like he didn't want to be asleep, but he couldn't move, and I had to like shake him, and he's like, I'm sorry, I couldn't wake up. I'm like,
Have
this
you
is
watched?
weird.
Have you watched Hill House?
No.
Oh, okay. Oh, you're not a scary movie gal, right? You don't like them
at all.
Okay. Well, you did though, right, Adam?
Yeah, I watched it with the lights on because I was terrified. But I will say, once the series wraps up, like, I got less scared when you like found the story, but it scared the crap out of me.
Yeah.
Especially that like tall, slender guy.
Right.
Which is what I'm picturing was in Chelsea's doorway. Is it like creepy, like top hat?
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah.
No.
Okay. All right, moving on. Doesn't get better, folks. Doesn't get better. Okay, so Marie writes in. She says, I was dating a guy in high school, and we came back to his parents' place after a school concert to eat dinner. We walked in, put our stuff in the mudroom, and I looked over at the doorway to the basement to see someone sitting at the top of the stairs, looking down the stairs, so their back was to me. My boyfriend at the time casually walked by, closed the door to the basement out of habit. His mom didn't let the dogs down there, so they tried to keep it shut. I told him, stop, hey, your dad's sitting on the stairs. It was a big person sitting there, so I just assumed it was his dad. I quickly opened the door to see no one was there. Oh, God. I started freaking out and told him what happened. He walked around the entire house only to realize we were home alone and his parents weren't back yet. He told me he had seen a figure sitting on the stairs before, but never told me because he didn't want to freak me out. We broke up pretty soon after that, and I never went in that house again.
I would never.
I wonder if it was because
home.
of that or other reasons.
Isn't that creepy?
Oh, man.
That's really scary, especially that like two people saw it on different occasions.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was really scary. I was like, oh, that kind of gave me the chills.
Oh my gosh, I couldn't even imagine. No, no.
Let's pan over to a Nicole spooky story while we're here, because in the house I grew up in, I swear it was haunted. There was a guy who allegedly died in the basement. I don't know why my parents would buy this house just knowing that information, but they have to disclose this to you. Like, if you ask about it, they have to tell you that someone died there. And we would hear shit all the time, like constantly hear stuff all the time. So there were a couple of nights where like I woke up and I like felt like a presence over me, like just like floating above me. Like I never really saw anything and I never had any sleep paralysis, but oh yeah, like there's been plenty. And then, you know, when you have animals and you hear things in your house, you just like, oh yeah, it's just the cat. Like you could just blame it on an animal. Like it's fine. It's just the dog, and the dog's sleeping right next to you. We did that a lot too. Wild. Yeah.
You know what? This stuff is so freaky because I feel like people don't believe in this stuff because it doesn't happen to everybody. But like, how can you experience that and be like, no, these things aren't real? Like,
or like hear people talk about it and be like, no, you must be crazy. You know?
Yeah. Like I remember a long time ago, I was watching a video from Harley and she was talking about how one time she was in the shower and she felt something like punch her in the ribs or something through the shower curtain.
Oh my God.
And like it left a mark on her body and nobody believed her. And I was like, everyone's like, it was your dog. And she's like, no, it was an arm. Like, that's just so like,
oh my gosh. Wait, is she the one who would always talk about the ghosts in the house?
Yeah, she lived in a haunted house. Her
Yeah.
house that she lived in, like the not the one she lives in now, the one before that.
Oh
Yeah.
no, I'm sorry, but
No.
Oh, no. Yep, I would move. I would move right away.
me too. And that's what people say, like, when you watch all these movies, it's like, how are you staying in that, like The Conjuring? How are you staying in that house as long as you're staying in that house? But then other people are like, well, it doesn't matter if you move. Like, if you're actually being haunted by something, it'll just follow you wherever
follow
you go.
That's right. I've seen that in a scary movie. What scary movie has that trope? It followed them.
Well, Conjuring, but Insidious is a good one, which was kind of a wild story, but I liked it.
I think those are the only scary movies that I've really seen lately.
You've seen Insidious and The Conjuring, and you can't watch Hill House?
I also can't watch Children of the Corn. It was too scary.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one. That's
We
a
tried to watch it
classic.
like a couple of years ago. I couldn't do it. No, but when I was younger, I liked scary movies because I thought it made me cool to like them.
Same.
And like,
Aw.
I had nightmares all the time. And then I was like, you know what? I don't care anymore. I'm a baby. I'll watch
Yeah.
them sometimes, but like, I'm not going to go to watch them in the theaters. Like, I watched It in theaters. That was my biggest regret of life lately.
Yeah.
It was horrible decision.
The new one? The new
That
one
was
or the old one?
the new one, right?
I saw both of them in theaters. Bad decision. Because Daniel
Oh,
wanted
really?
to.
Yeah.
Well, no, like the new version, because it was like a movie that was done in like the
Oh.
70s.
Yeah.
Yeah, the newer ones.
It was a pretty good
Yeah.
remake, though. Like, I'm not gonna
It
like.
was. No, I really liked it.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of remakes, but that was a pretty good one.
The movie, like the when I first saw the original movie, I literally looked in my shower every single time I entered
Oh,
the
yeah.
bathroom for a good 3 years. Like, it was like a habit of I had to look in the shower.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of
Yes, yeah.
showers, I mean, my mom made me watch, well, she didn't make me, but I watched like old scary movies with her when I was younger. I'm talking like 10 years old here. And we watched Psycho, and I couldn't take a bath for like, I can't even tell you, like, I needed to take a
Oh,
shower with the
yeah.
shower curtain open, water all over the floor. I was like, no way in hell.
Yeah.
Anyway, can you guys see me or no?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Okay. All right. Are we ready for another one, folks?
Yes.
Monica. Maybe it's Monica. I'm not sure. There's an accent over the O, Becca. So what does that mean?
Monica?
Monica.
Monica.
Oh, does she
Okay.
have like a animated, like
Yes.
a drawing? Yes.
You're following her. Yes.
Yeah, we talk all the time.
Okay, so she wrote in and she said, during my freshman year of high school, my parents moved back home to Costa Rica, so I stayed with a host family for a few months while I finished the school year before moving back to Costa Rica. I had my own room for the first time ever, and my bed was all the way on the opposite side of where the door was. One night I woke up in the middle of the night, which rarely happens, and I looked at the door and I saw a man standing there. I couldn't see his face. I don't remember ever seeing a face, but I saw his body and I saw his checkered shirt. It wasn't Ed, my host dad, so I panicked. I pulled the covers over my head and began praying the Our Father and told myself everything was fine. I'm not sure how long I did that, but when I finally got the courage to peek out from under the covers, the figure was standing right next to my bed.
No.
Oh, no.
I hid back under the covers and prayed until I fell asleep from exhaustion. I never told my host family.
Oh my gosh.
I don't even know how you would be able to sleep.
No.
I can't even fathom.
No.
I don't even know. I definitely think I would scream in that moment, but then I don't know, like, because you're so terrified that maybe
Yeah.
I would just freeze, you know?
Oh gosh. That's scary. And it's hard to know what you would do because
Right.
it's like, if you think you're going to die, like, what's your actual reaction? Like, oh God. That's
Right.
scary.
But the whole hiding under the covers thing, I can definitely relate to because, I mean, like when I used to get scared at my old house, like that's the first thing I do is pull the covers over my head. It's not like a get up and run out of the room. It's like, cover my feet and cover my head. I'm protected under this thin piece of fabric. We're good. You know?
Okay, like fight or flight?
Yeah.
What are you guys? Fight or flight?
Probably flight, if I'm being
Flight.
honest.
Flight.
Yeah.
Me too. I'm getting
Yeah.
out of
Total
there.
flight.
Get the fuck out. I'm not trying to fight no ghosts. I'm sorry.
This is another reason why you should shut your door when you go to sleep. Because there's now the second door open story. Someone's standing in the door.
Yeah, and it's never a woman standing there. It's always a creepy ass man. Why is it always a creepy ass man?
Because men suck.
Let's unpack that. Okay.
Because men are the shit stain on society. I'm joking.
Kind of.
I'm joking.
I'm joking.
That's your announcement. Okay. You ready for another one? How we doing? Are we shaking yet?
Shaking in my boots.
No.
Okay, let's hear
But
it.
I do know that, like, because occasionally I'll wake up in the middle of the night. It happened last night. Like, you know, and I just have to, like, tell myself not to look around. And I do. I keep my eyes shut and I'm like, go to sleep, go to sleep, go to sleep. But I feel like tonight I'm going to be extra scared if I wake up in the middle of the night.
The past few nights, I've woken up at exactly 3 o'clock. It's like
Nope.
between 3 and 3:02. I promise. It's literally the last 3 nights. And TMI, but it's that time of the month. So like I always have to get up in the middle of the night to go to the bathroom. But it's at between 3 and 3:02 every single night. And I cannot leave my bed at that time because who's walking around their house at that time? You're asking for it at that time, you know?
Wait,
So
Nicole,
I've
this is your
literally
story?
laid there for like an hour until it hit 4
Yeah.
o'clock until I can safely get out of my bed and walk around the house. I don't know.
I thought you were reading something, Nicole. This is you.
This is me. Sorry. This
You
is
lay
me.
there until 4 o'clock, a whole hour?
Yes,
Like,
and
awake?
hold it. Yes. Have you ever gotten out of your bed at 3 a.m.?
Yes, unfortunately.
consciously? No,
Nicole,
I
get a
can't do
chamber
it.
pot.
What? What is that?
It's
Were
like
you-
an old toilet. They would just have a pot they'd sit on, do their business,
Oh.
and then the maid would come in and take it.
Empty it. Yeah.
Oh, ew. Can
Horrible.
you imagine Jay waking up
Horrible.
to that? Oh.
That's also a reason why I don't have a clock on my bedside table. Because I would wake up in the middle of the night, and if it was in the 3 o'clock hour, I would be full of anxiety. So I just
Oh, that's
stopped having a clock around.
That's a good idea because then I won't know it's 3, so then I can just go to the bathroom in peace.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully. Okay. Story time. Nancy G wrote in, said, when I was 15, I shared a room with my sister who was 13 at the time. She normally had to watch TV to fall asleep, and I couldn't sleep with light or noise, so she was normally out before I was. Once my sister was asleep, I turned the TV off and turned over on my side. Oh, I'm sorry. I turned the TV and turned over to my side facing the window when I heard whispers. I thought it was my sister complaining because I turned off the TV, but when I turned over to look, she was still asleep. I turned
No.
I turned back around and closed my eyes again, and I heard whispering, but it was much closer to me. I got up to check the foot of my bed because my mom liked to joke with us, and I thought maybe it was my mom playing tricks on me, but it was just me and my sister in our room alone. I sat up a bit, listening, but all was quiet. I laid back down, and again I hear the whisper, but right next to my ear, and I couldn't make out the words. I could even feel like someone was breathing on me. I freaked out and froze for a minute and then turned, and when I did, a rush of wind seemed to pass me and went through my window. I stayed still, facing up to every corner of my room. we were still alone. I told my mom and sister the next day. They both said that I must have been dreaming. But after that, we all experienced something we could not explain. We chose to ignore it, and eventually all went back to normal, but it was scary, and we tried really hard not to fear it, since spirits and entities can feed off of negative energies, which freaks me out because it's like, how do you not like feel panicked in that? You know what I mean? Like, how do you just ignore something like that?
Yeah. How could you just be like, hey, welcome.
Come on in.
Glad you're
Want some
here.
coffee?
Yeah.
My mom's
the sitch,
still
Melody Bastard?
my mom still lives there with my baby brother, and they don't experience anything like that anymore.
Moved out with you.
Yikes.
Yeah. No. Okay.
Wouldn't be visiting home ever again.
No.
Yeah, I mean, once you experience stuff like that in a specific place, I don't think I'd ever be able to go back there. But then, like, if you have these things happen to you and then for years they don't happen again and you experience, like, other happy moments there, I don't know, like, would it be easier to go back because you just kind of forget over time? Ooh, I don't know.
Yeah.
That's scary.
Okay, this is a really funny one. Let's switch it up a bit.
Okay.
Okay, if you're feeling anxious, shake it off because we got a funny one.
Shake it off.
Shake it off. Joy Wright. This is more funny in hindsight, but downright traumatizing in the moment. As a kid, I was really afraid of zombies, and my brothers took advantage of that to prank me. I was sleeping in my room at 4 a.m., as one does, when one of my brothers busted into my room holding a machete, and he was like, Joy, we have to get out of here now. Grab everything you can to use as a weapon. Get your shoes. We gotta go. The zombie apocalypse is here. It's all over the news. I was 11 years old, so I had some reasoning skills, and I wasn't going to be tricked into something so easily. So obviously I asked, what's going on? Are you joking with me? My brother, I'm 100% serious. Joy, we have to go right now. We don't have any time to waste. Me, what about Mom? My brother, choking back his tears. They already got her. Of course, I was freaked out, but still skeptical, but also very disoriented. And then right on cue, I heard zombies outside. I saw shadows, and there was something banging on the window. This was all the confirmation I needed to leap out of bed and try to gather a few belongings that I had that could be helpful in a zombie apocalypse. Remember how I mentioned I had 2 older brothers? I could hear the zombies break into our front door, walk down the hall, all the way toward my bedroom. My brother was yelling about what we had to do next and how we would need to get past the zombies, but I was too busy cowering behind him and sobbing to really pay attention. The zombies got into my bedroom door and started knocking against it and making zombie noises. My brother opened the door and just started laughing. And then there were 2 people laughing. When I looked up, both of my brothers were besides themselves, and I was traumatized. Again, kind of funny, but also kind of messed up.
Oh my gosh. Brother.
I would be so mad at them.
Yes. What if she secretly had a gun under her bed and she was like, I'll take care of this. Pop, pop, pop.
Oh my God.
Yeah, that's a worst case scenario.
It's like the boy who cried wolf.
Yeah.
It really is.
Oh my gosh. I feel like if there was a zombie apocalypse, we would see it coming for a long time, though, right? Because it's like usually like a medical condition that turns them, right?
Yeah. Well.
Like COVID.
COVID.
We would start to see people like going feral, though.
True. Yeah, it would take a little while, I think, but I don't know. Not something I want to think about.
No.
Scary.
That was a funny one, but I think about like how she had enough sense to know, like, okay, zombies aren't real. You guys are jerks. Like, what's going on? And then her brother's like, they already got her. Like the mom. I read that and I was dying. Like, how horrible to think that your mom got eaten by zombies and now you have to fight off these zombies.
Yeah. Oh my God. No.
Okay. Want another one?
Yeah.
Yes.
Amanda, she said, it was just starting to get below freezing in upstate New York, so my friend who had a horse needed to put on her winter blanket for the night. The barn the horse was at was about 30 to 45 minutes away from campus. So I decided to join her since it was already dark out and I was done with studying. We got to the barn and the only light was the outdoor light of the barn, and it was pitch black out. We get inside the barn, turn the lights on, and set out to do our chores. Once we finished, she went to the back of the barn to make sure everything was settled, and I was in the front playing with the barn cat. That would be me. I then hear laughter, but not my friend's laugh. It was like a little girl's laugh from the back of the barn. I froze and turned to look to the back of the barn, and my friend was about halfway towards me. Her face was blanched. She asked if I heard the laugh too, and I said yes. We both immediately rushed out of the barn, closed it up, and got into the car to go back to campus. It was 1 a.m. when we got back. We never spoke of the incident again, but we never went back to the barn either.
Oh my gosh, little kids ghosts.
Little kid ghosts. I can't do
horrifying.
it. Yeah, I can't even do it.
Also, what's horrifying is if one of your children was like, "Oh yeah, I was talking to my friend," and you know, have you heard those stories where people like tell that the creepy things their kids say? And I was like, "Oh no, no."
Yeah. Oh yeah. Okay. Have you also heard of kids like talking about their past lives?
No.
Have you ever seen that? I didn't even like, and of course, as if you like believe in reincarnation or whatever, like, but sometimes kids, like, you know how kids like say weird things? Like, there's this phenomenon where kids will say like, oh, like, I remember when I had that, or like, I remember when I lived there, or like they'll talk about their kids, but they are 2 years old.
A kid.
Oh, yeah.
Have you ever heard that? And it's like, there's like something about them being a child that makes them not able to like differentiate that they're in a new body, in a new life, and like not in that, you know what I mean? Like something like that.
Yeah.
Like, I definitely didn't believe in reincarnation until I started seeing stories like that. And then I realized like, oh yeah, I have heard kids say stuff like that before. Like what is that? Like it could be their imagination, or they could be in the next life. Like, I don't know. It's just like so wild to think about. Yeah.
Yeah, that's hard for me to wrap my mind around. But anything like related to kids creeps me out. Like scary movies that involve little kids. I guess it's because like kids are more open to that kind of belief. Like they have a more open mind, so it's easier to I don't know. Oh, I'm getting creeped out.
They just don't know.
Yeah.
It's like normal if it happens to them. It's just so strange.
Okay, this one's funny. Merlot Mama's Planstagram said, I've bought 10 white fusions in 2 years just for them to end up with spider mites. Scary every time.
Oh gosh, spider mites are scary.
They are.
Then the white fusion. It's just a magnet.
Seriously.
Oh, they're so beautiful though.
They really are.
Okay, let's see here. Grandeur Gardens. Sorry, I can't pronounce that. I don't know why. It looks very simple to pronounce, but the time that half my plants got powdery mildew and I thought more humidity was the cure.
Oh no.
That's a nightmare.
Oh god.
Humidity will kill it.
Oh no. It warps into like the big poofy man from Ghostbusters.
Okay.
Oh my gosh.
All right, we have one more here that, why is it on vanish mode? I'm so confused. Did I just do something? Oh, swipe up to turn off vanish mode.
Yeah, what the heck is vanish mode? Like,
I think it's Instagram trying to be like Snapchat.
Oh,
I was like, oh, they're helping cheaters.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Or kids who want to like hide things from their parents.
yeah. What the heck's that about?
I definitely did use Snapchat for that.
Did you? I just, I was at the airport and there were so many kids I was like, oh, they're my age, but clearly they're not my age. They're probably younger than me. And they were just like on Snapchat the whole time. And my niece is the same way. I just have never used Snapchat that much.
I never used it either.
I used it so much at that age, but And when I got into college, I stopped using it. Like, I don't know why people still use it. I'm confused.
Yeah,
I don't.
It's a big thing, though.
Yeah,
Still,
it's still
though?
pretty big.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Adam, since this is like your episode and I've been reading a lot, I didn't read the one from our friend Loxum. Do you want to read that one?
Yeah, I'll read Lox's.
Okay.
Is it in the pod?
It's in the pod.
Instagram?
Yeah. It's not in the question box. It's just a DM.
Okay.
I skimmed it. I cliff notes it, and it looks a little scary. We're gonna end it with a bang, kids.
Okay. Locks, they said, I have a lot, which I guess is replying to scary stories.
Mm-hmm.
My childhood home had a lot of paranormal activity. My partner doesn't like when I tell these stories, so I hope you like this one. I'm not going to like it either, Locks.
Ooh,
Just letting you know.
Not either.
My father used to work overnights at a mill, and my sister spent a lot of nights at our grandparents'. So this night was not out of the norm for my mom and me. We were home watching TV and eating popcorn late after my bedtime. Everything but the TV seemed silent. We were relaxed, and my mom was even dozing off when all of a sudden I started hearing things being shuffled in my sister's room, which was the nearest to me at the time. I jumped up and ran to my mom, and she was on high alert immediately after I said someone is in her room. As I was young and hadn't been too experienced with horror films, I didn't realize that we shouldn't go investigate. But with my mom walking first, we slowly crept across the living room floor. She only was able to hear the shuffle slightly before we got to the room, but it was enough for me to be validated. As we stepped into the room and flipped on the light, we saw absolutely nothing. The window was locked, the closet was cleared, nothing under the bed, but then we heard it. Come play with me. A creepy little girl voice said, slightly muffled. My heart stopped and my mother lost all color to her face. Come play with me.
No.
We heard it muttered again. We started following the sound, which, no, why would you do that? But okay. Come play with me. Weak, muffled, but persistent. We quickly realized it was coming from her white and pink Little Tikes bench toy box.
Oh,
My
God,
mom
those
and I
stupid
creeped up,
toys.
opened the lid slowly, and all the toys have been dug to the side, leaving one toy in the very middle at the bottom. It was one of those dolls with the eyes that closed when you laid them down, but then opened when you stand them up.
No.
Suck.
She was laying flat, eyes wide open, looking at us with her creepy little smile. That's when the same meek voice said, I love you. Needless to say, the batteries were taken out, and I was never allowed to tell my sister her doll was definitely haunted and playing in her room at night.
Oh, no.
That's a big no. That's a big no.
Oh my
Big no.
gosh.
Oh.
Okay. Story time. Quick story time. I used to run a daycare like back in the day, and that would happen all the time. Like the daycare was downstairs and we were upstairs. Like our family was upstairs.
Toys just going off.
They would just randomly go off. And I mean, we shut the toys off at night too, because they usually have like an on and off switch on them. Or if they don't, like those batteries are coming out, because they always did that, like constantly.
Oh my gosh.
No, I hate toys that make noise.
I don't have a ghost story, but I do kind of have like a funny, scary story. And I feel like I've told you guys this, but I'm going to tell it again anyway.
Is it when you poked your eye out? No, I'm just kidding.
No.
Oh, why'd you bring it up?
I know it's your favorite, Becca.
My mom was a young mom, so like I just feel like she didn't realize how traumatizing some of the things she watched could be for her children. Like I saw The Fly when I was even before kindergarten, you know. That's a creepy movie. But
Yeah.
I remember one night watching The Exorcist with her, my mom, because she was like, "Oh, I love this movie," and so like we watched it. You know, back in the day when movies just like you had to find them on TV through the TV guide. And anyway, if you guys remember, if you've seen that movie, like when the girl's getting possessed by the devil, like she's like bouncing on the uncontrollably shaking on the bed. Creepy. The whole movie is just like, it's all creepy. But I went to bed that night and I woke up in the middle of the night again and I felt like a slight rumbling on my bed. And I literally laid there frozen in fear, was like, I'm getting possessed. Like, I thought that that's how the
my
devil
God.
possessed you, was that you're through your bed, like it would just start shaking. And I just kept, ooh, see, the dogs are scared.
They can feel the vibes.
But I just kept feeling like this slight rumble, and it was just like, it wasn't getting any stronger or weaker. It was just like every once in a while I would feel it. And then, so I think it was probably, I feel like I was laying there for a good hour just terrified. And then all of a sudden I hear meow. And it was my cat had been like petting itself on my bed frame. And I had thought that I was like getting possessed by the devil. Like,
See, you could always blame the animals.
oh my gosh, I legit was so scared. Like, I was like way too young to watch that movie, way too young to process it, but oof. But thankfully I've never, knock on wood, never seen like an actual ghost or paranormal activity. I don't know.
Yeah. I don't know, man. It's creepy. But the whole like watching scary movies when you're little, I feel like that was our generation. Like the time we grew up, like our parents, like you said, like you caught a movie when it was on TV, or like you knew it was coming on through the TV guide, and like you set a reminder, and like you watched it when it came on. So like, I don't know about you, but like in my house, we had like 1 or 2 TVs tops in our house. So it was like, if you're watching TV, or like my mom wanted to watch a scary movie, that's the only thing to watch. Like I was in there watching it too, you know?
Yeah.
So the other day, you know, because all of October is spoopy season in this house, and we watch scary movies all month long. And you'll usually catch me with Halloween on replay just in the back, because Michael Myers is bae, of course. So Mia was like, well, what are some scary movies that, like, old scary movies that I haven't seen yet? And I was like, ooh, have you seen Carrie? And she's like, oh, no. And I was like, let's watch Carrie. We watched Carrie a couple nights ago. And let me tell you something. Every teenager should watch Carrie, because it is the ultimate lesson on bullying that they'll ever get in their entire life. Like,
It's true.
watch Carrie with your teenagers. Just do it.
Yeah.
Good
Also,
things.
Sissy Spacek just like has creepy vibes.
She's amazing, though. She is
She is amazing.
She does have creepy vibes. I mean, that role was definitely like written for her.
Yeah.
Have you seen Carrie, Becca?
No, I haven't.
Ooh.
I had my first kiss in a scary movie,
What was it?
The Unborn,
Oh,
or like the something. Do you know that one?
I think so, but I don't know if
I
I've
don't.
seen it.
Nothing
like-
gets the vibes going like a scary movie.
Nothing
now
gets the vibes
everyone-
going.
Everyone listening is going to Google that movie and see what year it came out, and then know when you had your first kiss. How do you feel about that?
I was in middle school. I was young. I was in 7th grade, and we started kissing at the beginning of the movie, and we didn't stop until the lights turned back on. So it was one of those.
Oh.
It was
So you didn't see the
horrible.
movie.
It was horrible. My best friend came with me, and I was like squeezing her hand the entire time. So I'm like making
my
out with the guy,
God.
but like squeezing her hand, and she was like cheering me on silently through the hand, and I was just like, wow, this is amazing.
Oh my God.
So that's pretty much my experience with scary movies. Really only
that's
ever
why you
saw
don't
them
watch 'em.
for men.
Oh my god.
On Valentine's Day as well.
They
Scary
always
movie on
play
Valentine's Day.
Yeah, they always play like slasher films, like stupid slasher films on Valentine's Day.
Also, the people who are always getting murdered in slasher films are the kids who are like going off to fool around in the woods.
I know.
Yeah, don't go off to fool around in the woods.
Oh my gosh, Daniel watched this movie. It was like Willy's Fun Playhouse or something on Hulu, and it has Nicolas Cage in it. Have you guys
Really?
seen it or heard of it?
No.
Literally, Nicolas Cage does not speak a word the entire movie. No, he doesn't have a
What?
script. It's like independent film vibes, but low budget horror film vibes. Like it
Nicolas
wasn't.
Cage, was he like 15?
No, it was like recent, I think.
What?
Yeah, like
I
you
got
know
to
how
Google
actors
this.
will do like random movies sometimes. It was one of those. Like it definitely did not hit theaters But anyway, it's about this like this place where you go for like parties and stuff, and there's like animatronic things and they sing, and you go to this town and they like trap you. They'll put up something to like pop your tires while you're driving, and then somebody will come up to help you, and they're like, oh dang kids, well here, I'll fix your car, like let's get it towed to my shop. And then they get it towed to the shop and they're like, oh, cash only, and he's like, I don't have any cash, but he wasn't speaking, so it was basically just
what
like
the hell,
body
this
language.
movie came out this year.
Yeah. So they get you, they're like, okay, well here, you can settle your debt by just working at this like Willie's Playhouse funhouse thing and just like clean it up. And basically these animatronic things are like haunted with people, and they straight up eat people. Like they get trapped into like working there to pay off their debts.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
This sounds good. Wait, if you Google this movie and you look at one of the like billboard posters for it, it's these like toys that you were talking about. And it says 2020 isn't over yet, kids! ! Nicolas Cage, Willy's Wonderland.
Ew.
Like, what does that mean? What does that mean?
Like the nightmare's not over yet? I don't know.
Yeah. I have to see this now.
I guess you should watch it, but that reminded me because there's this scene where like two people like go off to like fool around in the playhouse, and I'm like, well, they're gonna die. Like obviously they're gonna die.
Yeah. It's like Jaws.
It always happens.
Yeah.
Friday the 13th is infamous for that.
When you were telling that story earlier about the girl when she was like, his parents weren't home, so we were going to his house, I was like, they're gonna get murdered. That's all I kept thinking about was like, well, they're gonna get murdered.
They're gonna get murdered fooling around.
Yep, fooling around.
Yeah.
Can't do that.
Okay.
Yeah, there's something about serial killers or, I don't know, masked murderers. They don't like it when teenagers have sex. So just don't do that and you'll live.
Oh, it's a big conspiracy. It's purity culture. These movies are done by Christians.
Premarital sex leads to you getting slashed by a guy with a chainsaw.
Yeah, that's right. Oh, have you guys ever seen Rob Zombie's House of a Thousand Corpses?
Okay, so love me some Rob Zombie, but I've never seen that one, and I don't know why, because it's like his most famous movie.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Paris Hilton gets killed in it at the beginning.
Ooh, nice. Now I have to watch it. No, I'm just kidding. I like Paris Hilton.
Yeah, that's hot. But yeah, it's a good one. I don't know why I just thought about that.
He did a really good job with Halloween, like, because he remade the first and the second one. The only thing that I don't like is, like, this sounds super stupid, but like all the swearing, I think it's like unnecessary, but it's like every other word is that, and we have kids, so I'm just like, guess I have to watch the original. I can't watch the Rob Zombie version today because the kids are here,
Yeah.
But it wouldn't be Rob Zombie if it didn't have that, so
Yeah.
But I thought he did a good job with the story. Anyway, we're an hour and 20 minutes in.
Yeah, we're gonna wrap this up. Halloween is coming. If you're listening to this, it's coming this weekend. So stay safe and enjoy whatever you're doing for Halloween. Are you guys doing anything for Halloween?
Well, this is our first time in this neighborhood. We won't have the girls, but Mia will be with us. So I don't know. I don't know if she's gonna want to go trick or treating, like, because last Halloween was canceled, so now it's like they're a year older. Like, when do you stop trick-or-treating? I trick-or-treated till I was in like senior year of high school. I don't know about you guys, but I milked that shit for all it was worth.
Yeah, I probably trick-or-treated until like 10th grade. Yeah, so she wants to be a mushroom, so maybe we'll go trick-or-treating. Maybe we'll just pass out candy and scare kids. That sounds like a lot more fun to me. But
yeah, I love scaring people.
Yeah, me too. So,
yeah.
Wait, real quick before we go though, what's Becca? What was your all-time favorite Halloween costume? Maybe we should post these in stories.
Oh gosh, I don't know if I have
fun.
pictures.
In middle school, I was a cave woman one year. That was super fun. 1 year, I was a Skittle, and it was just a T-shirt with an S on it. And Daniel calls that. Daniel and my sister call that my slutty Skittle year.
I'm going to be a Skittle, but make it slutty.
Make it slutty Skittle. But yeah, like, I don't know if okay. 2 years ago, I was Princess Leia, and I feel like I did a really good Leia.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, I feel like I was a really good Leia.
Leo was Yoda, right?
Yeah, Leo was Chewie.
Was he Chewie? Oh, I thought he was
Chewbacca.
Yoda.
He was
Okay.
Chewie, and then Daniel was Han Solo.
Okay.
Yes.
That was a great
was
year for
good.
costumes.
Yeah.
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 Okay,
But like,
Nicole, what about you? Oh, sorry.
oh, sorry. This year we're gonna be in Hawaii, so like we might pack something and like go to a bar. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what
You
they
should
do
just
for
do Leia.
Halloween.
You should do Leia again.
Just
You
Leia
guys already
again,
have it.
yeah. That's true. It's simple. Just a big white sheet.
And you'll be in Hawaii, so you can get a lei. Come on, I want a Leia.
Leia.
Ooh.
Oh.
Nicole, what about you?
I was Sally one year from Nightmare Before Christmas.
Yes.
Now
Oh.
my mother-in-law at the time made my wig, and it was like really big. I don't know if I have these pictures anywhere though. I might not be able to post these because I don't know if I might not have them. This is times before like good cell phone pictures, you know.
Yeah.
And then, oh man, that was probably like my best one. The kids have been some good stuff though. Maybe I'll post a picture of my kids. A few years back, I think it was like 4 years ago, Tia was a serial killer, but she like wore a big box that we made with all these boxes of cereal on it. That was really good.
Yeah.
Yeah. So maybe I'll post a picture of the kids.
Okay.
What about you?
One year I had a party that was a hollow meme party when memes were like a big thing, so everyone had to dress as
cool.
like a meme. That was fun. But I would say my funnest or my favorite costume I've ever done. I dressed up as like a Roy Lichtenstein character. You know, it's the pop art where like you draw like the lines on your face
Oh, yeah.
and like. It was very graphic. Like I took a white shirt and drew lines like where it would be, so I looked like an illustration. It was a fun
cool.
costume.
That's really
Yeah.
cool.
That is cool.
It was a good year. But yeah,
Are you going to do anything for Halloween?
not this year. I don't think
Yeah.
we didn't
Pass
have
out
kids and
candy?
come. They didn't come
Yeah.
to the door for the past 2 years, so I just had to eat it all.
Really?
Oh no. We don't either.
Yeah.
I just
I'm
don't think.
curious to know.
I just
what-
don't. I think neighborhoods are just different nowadays. They either people go to like a big pass, like a trunk or treat thing. They don't really like walk around to people's houses anymore.
Or you can kind of tell if your neighborhood does it up real big if like everyone in the cul-de-sac decorates or like everyone
Yeah.
in, you know, but I don't know. We'll have to see.
All right. Well, I hope you guys all have an enjoyable, safe Halloween, and don't forget to follow us at Potted Together on Instagram, Potted Together on YouTube. We do have a newish video about propagating that's out there. And then individually, you can follow us, De La Plants for Becca. Nicole is at My Clean Leaves, and I am at Not Dude. And yeah, I guess we'll talk to you next week.
Yeah.
Okay,
Thanks,
bye.
Bye.
Gear Patrol calls their new dive watch the best sub $500 dive watch. Full stop. Men's Health rated them as the most stylish solar watch in the game. Who are we talking about? It's Movement. They're leveling up your gift giving with the sleekest watches you can buy and the biggest deals of the season. Shop 30 to 50% off Movement's innovative California clean watches, jewelry, and accessories with fast free shipping and returns now at MVMT.com. That's MVMT.com.